Hi friends, this is Gail O'Neill, and I teach stamping. I hope you enjoy. Okay, so tonight we're going to play with Cauldron Bubble, and mostly with the DSP, which I have to show you, but I want to do this quickly first. Here is the holiday catalog. I'm not going to do like a go over every little thing, but I figured I would just touch on a couple things. This one's on my next order. Gotta have it. Got to have it. And, okay. And then, let's see, I missed a page. Here's those foiled edge cards and envelopes that come in gold and silver that I've been pulling out every once in a while. Also this beautiful baubles, and this also has the Thinlit dies with it. If you're into winter skiing and sports, there's that one. This is also on my next order, which was supposed to be today, but so there's just a few pages of it. But you'll be seeing some more things that I'm making with it. If you don't have a demonstrator and you need a catalog, please message me or just put it right in the comments. So let's get rid of that for now. Here are the matching cauldron framelets, which are really fun because not only can you stamp an image, but see, you can see I played a lot with some of them. Not every one of these will cut out with it, but I did cut out some. I even, on one of the cards, you'll see I used the tailored tag and punched out a piece of that. This one is great for strips, and then pumpkins on the other side. All of these cut out, and then these can be strips, and then the other side is that. So that was cut off of the one. There's that one. The hats can be cut out, witches' hats. So I did a few of those, and you'll even see on one of the cards I used the edge, so you don't have to even waste it. You'll see on that. Then these cute little ghosts, and then that stripe. And this is called Toil and Trouble Designer Series paper. So that's what I was doing today. Let me show you the cards. So I did this one. Now you're going to see the inside. So you see how I didn't waste anything? You can use every single hat on that page. Isn't that cute? And then this was also cut from the DSP, and then the cat. Here's that strip, and then this sparkly, and I have used it before, glittered organdy ribbon. So I just put a piece of that. This is the buffalo check background stamp, and then these I stamped and then colored. Now this one I saw the idea and I just changed it a little bit. I think it was Dawn Okefsky, I forget how you say her name, but this was with the tailored tag punch, and just, I mean, it wasn't a lot of work, and then I added these pieces and then a few little gems. So the one that I'm going to do first, and my fan is going and I keep putting things on top of everything so that it doesn't blow away, but here's a card that I came up with today, and we're going to go ahead and do that. So I saw just that spider web done, and that's cutting 4 of these out. I don't know why my computer keeps stopping. So, and putting them together. So when I did this one, I used glue, and then I got smart and pulled out my Sizzix adhesive sheets. So what you do with this is you pull this up, and this is your sticky side, and you glue it to the paper, and then you run it through the machine so it comes out. We'll see how this is to peel with my fingers. Oh, not too bad. So then when you peel this off, it's already sticky. So I started with a 5 by 3 3/4 piece, and then line these up. Just so I knew where I was going to put them. And I did get a little wonky on the one, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so it's going to fit like that. So I'm going to start and peel a piece off. Now this piece I put through the subtle folder, which still so far is my absolute favorite. Really easy when you put that on there. I have to remember to use it more often. No feeling in my fingers. Okay. And then you just line them up next to each other. And one more. Oh, and that's the one I kind of peeled already. So that made it easy. Easier. Alright, let's get rid of that. So then, of course, out of the paper, I cut her. Now what I did with this is I cut out the cauldron, but then I cut a plain piece. Just to make this, because it is cardstock, I mean it is DSP, and they're not always real thick. So, and this is mono that I put in this bottle. It's just easier for me to squeeze. You got to do what's right for you to be able to do your craft, right? Okay, so this makes it stiffer. I did that on, what else? Oh, I did it on this card, on the witch's hat. I put a piece of black behind it, just whatever scrap you have lying around. It's not going to make, you know, that much of a difference. Okay, and then this gets stamped with, was this one with the, where'd it go? Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. So I did that in black. We'll just get everything ready and then glue it all down. I don't like the way that came out. Good thing I cut 2 of them. I think my pad needs inking. Look at that. Right in front of me, too. Think. Alright, I'm going to take something else and kind of pounce it a little bit. Just to make sure it, well, alright, we'll do it with this. Now it's a little wet. It'll work. Okay. Better than the first one. Okay, we'll let that dry a little bit. That can go in the garbage. And then I'm going to put some ink around it. And then that's going to go there. So I already did the bow. So I'm going to go ahead and glue her down. right in the middle. And on my sample, I had taken one from the bottom, so she actually didn't have feet. So again, I wasn't wasting one because that gets covered up. So that was a good thing. So then I took the ribbon with some glue dots, and I used a few just to make sure it was going to stay. Okay, then on the very bottom, I put a little bit of glue. And then so that gave it a little different dimension. And then with the Granny Apple Green, I went around and sponged the edges of this. And then again with the dimensionals. So this is the easy card. Then we're going to do a little technique. And you know, I think you like when I do techniques. And I've only done it like one other time, so should be fun. Oh, why'd I close that? I need it again. And whenever I put something through a folder, I like to use either the tear and tape or liquid glue so that you make sure it stays down. That's got a little goober on the end. Cute, right? And not a lot of stamping. So use that DSP, and it makes your cards, if you had to make a bunch of these, it makes them go faster. Just cut them out, glue them all together. So that was the one. Now, this one I saw on Pinterest. It was done a little bit differently. I don't think she had ribbon, and I'm not sure how she did her background. I didn't really go in to look, and she didn't use glossy paper that I could tell. So and then the corrugated was something else I added. So that's fun, like when you start looking at other people's cards, and it gives you like boing, an idea. So I boinged, and here we go. Alright, so let me just get this ready, put it aside. This is going to kind of get messy because we're going to be using spray. We're going to be spraying ink. So let me put this aside, put this up there. And then before I put the spray away and clean up the area, I want to try it on a couple other cardstocks because I haven't done that yet. There's an extra glossy. So the glossy is the one that we're going to be using, and then we're going to emboss on top of that. And I just dropped something. Okay. So let me just set up this area. I'm going to put down a craft sheet. And this isn't the craft sheet that you see like on the scrap websites. They're quite expensive. I got this one on Amazon, and it's in the baking section, and you get 5 in a package for something like $9. So I've cut them, a bunch of them, in quarters, and I take them to shows. So you can glue on this and, you know, spread it out and do your messy stuff. Okay, so this is our spritzers, Stampin' spritzers, and what I did is I put alcohol, and I probably put it like 2/3 full, and then I put 10 drops of gorgeous grape. And then I'm going to kind of make a little wall here, and then I just sprayed. And I let it get a little runny. The alcohol starts to dry and move in places, so that's where you get all the definition in it. And then I'm going to run, see if you start touching it before, you'll get like fingerprints. And I'm going to bring in the blower on the low section. I always call it a blower, heat gun. So I'm putting it on the low setting, and you can see it, you know, kind of moving. And that's also going to help make little designs on it. But the alcohol dries much faster than water would. And it just gives it a different look. Basically, I think that's dry. Except for the edges. So if you made it like wetter and used the heat gun, it would make more of these little lines and designs, if you can see that. And every one is going to come out different. You can see there was more in that one. Alright, so before I put it away, I do want to try it on some other paper, and then we'll do the embossing. So I'm going to spray them both. So this is the glimmer, and this is just plain white. Now you can see how fast it dries on regular paper. And that's the alcohol in it. So you don't get as much texture, but you could do like fill two different ones. This one has a little bit more. You could let it dry and then maybe hit it again, or yeah. So it's a totally different look. It's fun. Just experiment with different. If you added maybe a couple more drops to this and made it a little darker, and then you can get some more lights and darks. But it does dry much faster. It's kind of cold too. So I'm going to shine this up a little bit. Okay, so now we can get rid of this. And that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the embossing buddy and just go over that. And I have my fan on, so cross your fingers that this doesn't blow all over. Versamark. And then we need this little piece of paper. So I'm going to kind of start in the middle, and you probably won't see it until after I emboss it. I'm kind of having a hard time too. without putting my head. So you want to keep changing the direction so it makes them more random. We'll see how random I get. My lighting is different when I do a video than it is for my normal stamping. And then I'll just poke a few in the corners. Let's make him upside down. All right, we'll see how that is. Let me just do one more here. Okay. So we're going to take, oh no, not the white. Oh yes, the white. What is wrong with me? I was thinking I had to use clear, but no, I want the white. Oh, there went the fan blowing. It went that way. Let's see if I have my Swifter handy. Nope, I moved it. Oh, I didn't. Here's a piece of one. Swifter, picker-upper. Okay, so we're going to emboss that. Okay, so this also was 5 by 3 3/4, and then 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 for your other layer. And we'll put it down with this, maybe. That didn't go down too even. I have it down there pretty good. I know I've talked about it, but now you get to see it in action. Come on. So I'm going to have to add a little bit more glue in a couple spots. I'm going to turn that over. All right, let's see if I can do this even. Terrible. Terrible when you want something. Okay, that's better. So then what I did, tied a bow, Sue, can you make my bow? Okay, so once you get it, then you can adjust a little. Then you just take a glue dot, and we're going to straighten it out a little bit with the glue dot. It's a terrible bow, Gail. All right, we're putting it on. It's going on. I think its problem is it's upside down. So we're going to trim that. And I think to straighten it out, I'm going to use one more glue dot. Ah, it's the perfect bow. Ha! Okay. I lost the other pieces, throwing myself around. Okay, so for this piece, it was a 1-inch wide scrap that I had, and this is one of the new folders. So I just laid it in corrugated dynamic embossing folder and put it through the Big Shot. And then put this down here. Oh, I should have used glue. I forget, when it's corrugated, it's going to straighten back out. So you want to just use some glue. And then for this one, oh, it's supposed to be black and embossed, and it was here. I might have to do another one because in my throwing things around, it went. Let's see. It went. As soon as I sign off, it'll be right here. Hey Sue, did you find your stamp that you were looking for? I'll watch for your answer. I hope you found it and the dog didn't eat it. Okay, so we're going to use the embossing buddy first. Where did that piece go? We're going to stamp the Happy Halloween. Cover that up because we know how this is blowing. And I do have this thing here. It's blowing. I'm going to go with a little angle here and block it. If I would have shut the fan off, you'd find me here in the morning with my head and still on live. Okay. Okay, so when that happens, let's see which handy dandy thing is going to work. just in case it ever happens to you. If you have something like that handy, it's fixable. Although it's wet. So I think what I'm going to do, I didn't on that one, I just glued it. But on this one, there they are. Put that on at an angle. And then a few faceted dots. I always like to get rid of that sticky part because it sticks to everything when I open up a new one. So this kind of has these eggplant or blackberry. So I'm going to do a couple of those. Could even do an orange one, it would match. Or the black, it's got everything. And there's that card. And here's that one. So let me bring everything, and look at this from my fan. It's all over. One of these days I'm going to get a magic mirror, like when we watched the show as a kid, and I can go, I see Sue, I see Linda, I see Michelle, and that's all I can see without grabbing my mouse. So let me bring in a few of these. I'm like crazed. There's that one with the inside. I was so proud of that, using those edge ones. I think that was, oh, and then this one. So there we go. It's like a puzzle I just put together there. So don't forget, if you need a catalog, let me know. I'll send it to you. If you want to order anything, you're welcome to go to my website. It's listed at the top, and I'll put a better link in after the video's over. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you on Sunday with something else. Good night. Have a good rest of the week.